one of my favorite things is to have a little boo for love, baby.
50 has been gay shaming people forever, and nobody called him out until now. Allegedly, Benzino leaked these pictures of 50 Cent with his alleged boy toy after 50 Cent released a video of Benzino on the phone with a male transgender supermodel, Shawn Brooks, explaining his homosexuality status to the man. But before we get into that, y'all gotta listen to what Benzino had to say about 50 Cent.
In the history of hip-hop, have you ever heard of 50 doing these with anybody?
I have, yes.
With who?
Outside and God.
I'm talking about in hip-hop, all the enemies this made in hip-hop. Has he ever done this with anybody?
They don't want to fight him.
Huh?
They don't want to fight him.
Who don't want to fight him?
A lot of don't want to fight. He put hands on like this.
Who?
I don't know. He did. I heard.
Who?
You know, Z. You know, Z. Stop. Zeno, stop.
I know.
Everybody knows.
Look.
Everybody
knows. That's a rat in the pussy in my book.
Nah, Zeno,
he's an informant, and he has no morals, and he has no really good judgment. Then he's a multi-millionaire, and he's posting shit about me that ain't true. Fuck that nigga. And I'll stick my in his mouth and his ass. And then we can see who's a tranny or who's all, like, I don't play those games, bro. That nigga. That bro. I'm trying to make, listen. I'm trying to make a point to say that I help. Like, I help ass rat informant.
So you calling him a rat because
he's a rat.
Oh,
he's been on papers.
No, he's not. He's not a rat.
He snitched on John them long time ago.
He's not a rat, Zeno. Come on, stop.
You need the paperwork?
See, I don't want no paperwork.
You don't want the well, if you don't want the paperwork, then you can't say he's not a rat.
I saw the paperwork. What did he ratted on? Did what?
He ratted on Ja Rule and them for that shit that happened. Do you need the paperwork, Flip?
So why did anybody get incarcerated for stabbing?
Listen.
Did anybody get incarcerated?
Listen. You know what? We gonna get black. Okay, so why don't we get Black Child and Cadillac Tie on this? Now you don't want to do that because you don't want the truth. You don't want the truth.
People are finally starting to look at 50 with the side eye, like, why are you so invested in other men's sexuality? He's been going at Lil Nas X, Benzino, Young Buck, and others. I don't know about y'all, but it seems to me that it be the main ones that's doing all the shaming are the main ones that have something to hide. Benzino has been catching hell online from everybody, but people are trying to make it seem like he's the only DL brother in the music industry. It's sort of like you can't even get in the music industry if you don't live that type of lifestyle. Plenty of people in hip-hop are coming at Benzino's head, but the main person that's been going super hard on Benzino is 50 Cent, and that's why Benzino decided to expose him. Because 50 Cent has been pointing the finger at everybody, but nobody called him out for his own sexual preferences until now. I don't see how you can talk bad about Young Buck, but you're the one that signed him to your record label. People been saying The Game was a male stripper back in the day, and he was signed to 50 also. There's been claims for decades about Dr. Dre's DL status, and 50 signed with him, so why do he entertain this subject whenever it comes up about a celebrity sleeping around with a transgender or whatnot? 50 Cent released this video of Benzino speaking with a trans man about his shame for being in love with trans people. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this.
Adapted to this type of work. But who I was before, I'm like alpha male. You know what I'm saying? I'm that. Now, yes, I'm saying it's all new to me, and I'm trying to be open-minded about it. But then I'm like, I said, wow, this is crazy because she looks, I mean, the way they got you looking, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, so, and it's not like I've even said, okay, well, let me go look at some other trans now. I haven't even looked at that. I haven't even done that. I don't watch trans. I don't watch gay. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm old in my ways. I'm a 55-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
So listen, Daddy.
It is what it is.
I'm gonna try not to be selfish. Okay, since you're saying I'm being selfish.
Yeah, because you're not thinking about me and what I could be going through. That's not fair.
It seems like every time you turn around, one of these celebrities are getting caught out there with another man, and that's why my question for y'all: do you think all male entertainers are on the DL?
Yes.
And I can tell you why. I have a theory.
Mm-hmm.
You got me?
Mm-hmm.
Powerful men, men with money, men in the limelight, they have access to tons of women. Women throw it at them. You hear me? And after a while, you get tired of the same thing all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
And they just want to venture out because it's about exploring. So why not? Especially if it's transgender. Because, they really gussy up. Now, I'm not trying to talk about my sisters too much, but a lot of sisters fall short of the glory. They don't want to fix themselves up all the time. You know what I mean? Because they just think, well, men won't be anyway. We, as women, got to keep ourselves together, keep it pulled tight, because these transgenders keeping it pulled tight. They keep their hair, makeup, and everything on point, and that is desirable. But a lot of men, they get tired of the same thing. That's why they turn into the DL. That's what I believe. I was dating a very powerful man, and I'm a good-looking sister. I ain't trying to brag, but I am. And then I got suspect, and I found out he was on the DL too.
Oh my goodness.
How did you find out, sister?
Okay. I have a grown son. My son don't live with me. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
One time my son said something to me. He said, Mom, I think he's suspect. I never saw anything. I said, what you mean by that? He said the way he crossed his legs. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So he sat down and crossed his legs. He said, straight men don't sit like that. I was like, what are you talking about? He said, first of all, it helps their it can hurt your parts. He said, but a lot of gay men do that. I go, what? He go, yeah. So one time he was with us, and he would always leave his phone in the car, and turned off. My son stayed in the car, and for whatever reason, my son said, I was trying his birthday and everything, and I broke in his phone. He said, let me show you the websites he's going to. And it was female websites, and he pulled them up and put them on the computer. I called him. I go, you in the transgender? He's like, oh, my God. And then he confessed. He did. But see, this man even bought me a car. He was like, well, if you just pretend like we together, I'll take care of you. I go, I'm not going to be a beard. I'm not going to be a beard. And he was like, if you go around and tell people, I'm going to hurt you. And I got scared. And I left him alone, but I took that car, though. I still had that car. And he paid for it. That's all I got to say, Shawn.
Hold on. Wait, sister. Before you go, I got to ask you this question. Because your son is like Inspector Gadget when it comes to gay people.
Yes, he got my back.
And he was analyzing this man. He knew it takes one to know one. And I ain't trying to be disrespectful, my sister.
I'm listening.
But to be going through that man's phone, to be typing, playing with that man's phone, he just had to know. He was eager. He was biting his bottom lip. He just had to find out. Now, I ain't saying that your son is suspect. Do you think he did that just so you can see it? And I got another question too, sister.
Talk to me.
How come it took for your son to see the zestiness, but you couldn't see that? You didn't see the way that man sat down? You was intimate with this man. You ain't have a clue?
Let me say this. One time I did. He took me to this exclusive party. His friend was a bigwig with the city, politician. This man made 6 figures. When I went to the party, I mean, it was like top slump. I'm talking about people that made 6 or 7 figures. He bought me a Vera Wang dress. I was so sharp. I'm a good-looking sister. And I'm with him on his arm. And I noticed that his friend clothes was the person who party was for. His clothes were too tight, and I noticed there was a lot of gay men at this party. But this was before I knew. But let me say this. The whole time at this party, his friend had a pocketbook. You know a pocketbook,
Oh, my
right?
God.
I was like, why he got a pocketbook? And I started thinking funny, right? And so wait a minute. With the pocketbook, he said, you know what, Denise? a lot of men gonna start wearing pocketbooks. This is 3 years ago. I was like, for real? He goes, yeah, rap stars and everybody wearing pocketbooks. It's becoming fashionable. But I was still suspect. So I'm gonna tell you this one thing that happened at the party, because we got put out. My friend was real embarrassed, but I turned that party out. Because it's still a little hood in me. I know how to clean up, but sometimes I don't like it. Now this man is fake and good looking. His wife was all fat and sloppy. Do you hear me?
She was a
We're in
beard.
a $3 million house. She just didn't look like she matched, but this is before I knew. So this they had like a king's chair, and he had a crown on, and so you line up and say something about him. You know what I'm saying? And his wife was standing there and they'll take a picture. You know, this man was a big wig with the city. I ain't gonna mention no name. So this one guy, it was obvious that this guy was gay. He walks up there. He said, I remember when he hired me. I was straight out of college. I had just finished my PhD.
He said it like that.
This is how this guy is talking about him. People would line up and say things, stand with the king. His wife is on the other side and takes a picture. This was all being videotaped. Now, this is a beautiful home, $3 million. And I'm sitting there. And let me say this, Shawn. I don't drink. I don't do no drugs. But that night.
But you turned that party out.
Brandy. I turned it out. We had to leave. My friend was so mad at me, but I ain't care. I ain't care because I feel for my women. Now, this man is fit. His wife big and fat. Her hair wasn't whipped or nothing. She was beating down, standing next to him. So this little gay jacket up there, he said, I got a secret to tell everybody. When he first hired me, it was a big girl there. I looked at the wife, and the wife had a look of ashamed. He said, she was really trying to offer it up to me. And everybody's silent. And he laughing, and this guy's laughing. He said, I asked him, should I tap that? Should I tap that? Now, first of all, that was an uncomfortable conversation in front of all these dignitaries and people. And the wife is looking ashamed, but here comes the kicker. He said, he told me don't do it. But I tried it anyway. I know I don't like that. Start laughing. I said, what are you talking about? You're a gay man. Why would you even touch that? And everybody started laughing. And my friend was like, oh my God. And everybody was laughing. And there was a sense of an embarrassment. He was like, come on, Denise, let's get out of here. And people laughing. And here I go. I'm a little tipsy. I went and they gave me my coat. And then as we got to the door, people laughing and looking. And the wife was embarrassed. She ran to the door. She said, come here, little sister. Because that's my first time meeting her. She said, I want to tell you thank you. That's just what she said.
She said it like Miss Sophia in The Color Purple.
She said, thank you. She whispered it to me.
Her big ass know that he fruity, but you knew he was fruity too, but he bought you that car. Don't try to make it seem like you ain't know, sister. You went to the gay bar with this man, but you still fronting like you ain't know. And that's why a lot of these men in the entertainment business on the DL, because it's a bunch of women that's willing to put up with their gay nonsense as long as they buy them cars and stuff, sister. I appreciate your phone call. I love you to death.
Okay,
and don't you be no stranger.
out.
And make sure you call back whenever you feel like it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also hit that notification button, y'all. And hit that Cash App too, $ShawnBlazeDocs. I really do appreciate y'all, man. And make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. And thank y'all for tuning in to Food for Thought.
One of my favorite things is to have a little food for thought, baby. Because it made me think about all the foolish things I bought, yeah. I always used to go to clubs just to dance with all the freaks, but every time they kicked me out, I had me a place to sleep at all. I couldn't afford no new Jordans or no new shoes, baby. And now when I think about it, I was just fucking lost, y'all. One of my favorite things is to have a little food for thought, baby. Because it made me think about all the foolish things I bought, yeah. You need to think about subscribing to the channel right now, y'all. You shouldn't even have